Listen, nobody is supporting Tinubu because he's competent. Nobody is supporting Tinubu because he's going to move this country forward. Nobody is supporting Tinubu because he has improved the economy. Nobody is supporting Tinubu because the country has now become safe for people to live in and go about their businesses. Nobody is supporting Tinubu because there is no longer insecurity. Anyone you see supporting Tinubu are doing so for the following reasons. Number one, Tinubu is vindictive. Most of the rich people supporting him are being blackmailed into doing so because of the crimes they committed in the course of trying to make money. Another group consists of poor Nigerians who are inspired by Tinubu's dubious lifestyle. They believe that one day them too can make it big like him. Listen, Tinubu is not a small masquerade. He spent years building cartels. A lot of the celebrities are on his payroll. They can't publicly speak against him. When you see your celebrities supporting him, they want to protect their source of income. Other group of people are poor Nigerians who are uninformed and being deceived by the so-called educated elite who are supposed to be speaking for them. The last set of people are people who are on APC gigs or doing PR for APC politicians. Listen, all these reforms that you see that Tinubu is doing today cannot be sustained. The people who are supporting him today will protest against it when Tinubu leaves office and another president wants to continue with these reforms because it's not sustainable. They are not. You cannot tax poverty. There is no serious country in the world that does not subsidize electricity. Even the World Bank that advised Tinubu to remove electricity subsidy, the US are subsidizing electricity to their citizens. High tariff on electricity means lower production in the economy, loss of jobs, and ultimately lower government revenue from company and income taxes. The reason Tinubu continues to borrow money today is because he's taxing poverty. Instead of focusing on productivity, he's more concerned with taxes when the greater number of the people are living in poverty. He's borrowing money to pay another debt. How do you want to keep such economy running when the money we spend is bigger than the one that we get? You want such economy to keep on running when the 60% of our youth who are in their productive age are online creating content? How do you want to sustain such economy?
Sometimes when people say that it's like there's madness with this Yoruba tribe, you would think they're insulting Yoruba people. No, it's not even an insult. It's, sometimes some realities sounds like insult. When people say that, it's like the Yoruba tribe has a virus. And that virus is a syndrome that is called bias. I can't explain it. Listen. See what's going on in Nigeria. Today, 210 trillion naira is unaccountable for at NNPC. That argument is going on in the Senate. Do you know what that means? 210 trillion naira is actually enough money to give every Nigerian over 800,000 naira. If they give you, I know at least 3 businesses, you can start with 800,000 naira and you will proceed. Some of the businesses I'm enjoying today, that's how much, even lower. Till date, imagine 800,000 naira in the hands of every Nigerian at 244 million people. That's the kind of money a few group of people took. And then the worst part again is that look at what's going on in all the forests. You can't travel by road again. The fear of herdsmen and kidnappers is the beginning of wisdom in Nigeria today. All of this, I don't even want to go into economics. All of this is not enough for Yoruba people to talk about. What they want to talk about is Peter Obi's statement with Rufai. Is this not madness? How else do you describe my madness? Because you think it's an Igbo man talking to you, I'm a Yoruba man. If you people are not mad, how do you leave main problem? A man like Tinubu that has failed to listen to you. There's none of you that can call Tinubu to order. The Yoruba elders can't call him to order. What's going on in Nigeria is not just, is a calamity of leadership. You have a president that doesn't listen to anybody. He has not, VDM has done more for Nigeria than Tinubu. VDM that most of you don't like, that all of us have criticized at one point or the other. He has done more. Painfully truth. And that is the same nation that some people in the name of tribalism decided to talk about Peter Obi, and Peter Obi said nothing wrong. In short, for the first time, his politician said he's willing to die for this country, and that you look for stupid things to look for. But meanwhile, when he asked Tinubu question about this insecurity in Nigeria, he said he talked about sacrifice. He didn't make cacophonous speech. I'm here to make sense of that conversation indeed. And yet it's Peter Obi you want to go insult. Peter Obi is now the problem of Nigeria. Is it the president? How do when they some of you bats, they call you bats. Because and you're beginning to prove that you are really bats, because a bat is an animal that in the daylight cannot see. He can't see. He's a dead bird. He's a stupid bird. That's even the animal archetype of your political movement. It's terrible, bro. So when they say things to you people, you think they are insulting you. It's not an insult. Your behaviors is amazingly stupid. Of all things to talk about in Nigeria, is Peter Obi that is your problem. You should be ashamed. Your parents wasted money. And I'm ashamed to say that I'm a Yoruba man. I've never liked anything but tribe. But to say that I'm a Yoruba man, if there's any time to renounce that tribe, today will have been the best tribe. You are worse than Amajiri. Because you see those Amajiri kids, they had a mind. They knew when to back off when what was his name? Buhari was messing up. You people don't have the capacity to rethink, and you claim to be the most educated tribe in Nigeria. Yoruba tribe. It's lost. You have all lost yourself. So what you are telling us is that Hausa, the North, the headsman can kill you as long as it's Yoruba man that is president. You should be ashamed. Go and throw your brains away. It's not working, man. And if nobody has told this tribe, I'm the one telling you, and I'm telling you with all full authority as a Yoruba person, it's not an insult, it's a fact. Change, repent and rethink, because I can never understand this calamity called politics, whereby people can be killed, companies can manipulate people, loan sharks can harass you, betting company can manipulate you, as long as they all say, on your mandate we can stand, nothing happens to them. Anybody can get away with anything in this country. Nothing happens to them. Showore is in prison. For what? And you are happy. And you say you want a good Nigeria. It's almost like these Yoruba people hate this country. That's how much I've concluded. It looks like you hate your own country. And you should all be ashamed of yourself. Especially those of you in diaspora. If you're not careful, they will deport all of you back to this country. Is it not the same Tinubu that went to UK to tell them they can deport you? That's the guy you're supporting. You people who don't have brain. Finally, I concluded that they've sacrificed your brains. And that's how much I'm going to say on this conversation. If you like, repent. If you don't like, repent. At the end of the day, everybody will find their way. God bless Nigeria. God bless Peter Obi. You're doing an amazing work. I'm proud of you. And I'm proud of every obedience out there.
President Tinubu, sir, we will take everything from you, but not this, sir.
No matter how slippery the bottom of your child, leave the bead there.
Don't, because of politics or self-gain, twist Yoruba adage or Yoruba wisdom saying, sir. Nigba. Yoruba did not say no matter how slippery the bottom or bum of your child is, you should put the bead. Yoruba instead says your child will not have a big bottom or a big bum and you go and put the bead in another person's child bottom. Ni Yoruba sosa. You people politicians have divided us across tribes and ethnicity for a very long time, and we must stop this. You have divided us across religion for a very long time. It must stop. See, sir, tí ìdí ọmọ èèyàn bá ń ṣo ilẹ̀kẹ̀, ó tọ́ kéèyàn fi ilẹ̀kẹ̀ yẹn sí di ọmọ ẹlòmíì kí wàhálà má bàa pààyàn. Because na wàhálà and problem go kill the father tó ń fi ilẹ̀kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ tó ń yọ̀. Ó máa kó lẹ̀kẹ̀ kiri, all the mess the child will be causing up and down. Bàbá yẹn láà máa kó. Ìgbà wo ni bàbá tó ń fẹ́ sinmi? Yorùbá says ọmọ ẹni ò ní ṣèdí bẹ̀bẹ̀ rẹ̀ ká fi lẹ̀kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ ẹlòmíì ni. Kò kí n ṣe pé ìdí ọmọ ẹni á máa jò lẹ̀kẹ̀. Àdèmà sì fi síbẹ̀. A máa wá tẹlòmíì fi sí sà. Do the rightful, do the needful. Don't cajole us with tribal issues. We are far wiser beyond that. Yorubas we are not gullible. No matter how slippery the bum of your child, sir, what me so?
Tinubu is the worst president in the history of the world.
Wow.
If you say it's the worst president in Nigerian history, you are undervaluing his hollowness and emptiness.
Wow.
Tinubu is the most reckless, is the most unproductive, and most insensitive president in the history of the world. A president who wakes up one day and grants pardon to 70 drug barons. It's not a people's president. A president who has borrowed money than any other president in our history. President Muhammadu Buhari, in 8 years, with subsidy, borrowed 87 trillion naira. In 8 years, with subsidy, borrowed 87 trillion naira. Tinubu, in less than 3 years, without subsidy, has borrowed close to 200 trillion naira. Jesus. And not just borrowing. What has he done with the money? What is there to show for the borrowings? And why are you borrowing after the removal of subsidy? And what have you done with it? Tinubu took one of our most precious honors, GCON, exclusively reserved for the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, put it in a briefcase, and took it to Paris to decorate the Chagoris. Exported our second highest national honor to a business partner and friend. There is no month since he became president that he has not traveled out of Nigeria. Do you know the amount of money we have spent in his jet-setting lifestyle? Foreign travels in 1 year is over 20 billion. When innocent people cannot afford Panadol, ulcer patients are dying. Hypertensive patients cannot afford their drugs. Diabetic patients cannot afford their drugs. Hospitals are under lock and key. Students cannot go to school. Even in the times of war, women and children are exempted. Today, our students are in the wilderness. 3 weeks after, among them, there's a 5-year-old that was killed. And yet we have a president who behaves as if kerosene is flowing through his veins and not blood. We have a president that is not perturbed. We have a president that is not disturbed. But there's a good news. We are going to stop Tinubu. The people's power, the people's will stop Tinubu. 2027 will be different. Our approach will be different. Our defense will be different. And Tinubu will know that we are a pained people. We are a molested generation. We are a deprived people. And we will make sure he knows that true power comes from the people. He's planning to read, but we are laughing at him. This time around, we will stop his electoral tea-free. We will stop him. When you push a goat to the wall, you will realize that the goat can bite.
President Tinubu has been demographically, economically, politically defeated. Wow. What he is hoping on is a truncated transition program where one party will have 2 candidates, they will be in court, INEC will miss your name, so they will be distracting you. President Tinubu is not popular in the South. He doesn't understand what's going on in the North. It's a disappointment in the West. It's an anathema in the East. And in the center cannot hold for him. So what he is hoping on is that the Nigerian people will be so disillusioned, so annoyed, so hopeless that they won't bother to come out. Because he will now be able to patch together his renewed hopelessness ambassadors and then get them to distribute rice. Because I don't know if it happened in your school. When we were in school, we used to have dispensary in school when we were in. If you fell down, they'll give you Lucozade. Yeah. If your stomach is paining you, they give you Lucozade. Glucose and Lucozade. Yeah. That's how President Tinubu is. It's a Lucozade government. If you say bandit is chasing you, bag of rice. There's no NEPA in your area, bag of rice. So he believes in the power of bag of rice. And that's why he's thinking that, okay, if I make life harder, if I make it tougher, and bag of rice looks like, oh Lord, the Lord has come down. So why I have my confidence is that it's not going to work. The people are going to come out. They are going to ignore that broom and they are going to put it on the White Horse. And we are going around the country to ensure that happens. President Tinubu is not a viable presidential candidate. He knows. Those who don't know or those who want to know are those who don't know what to do when Tinubu goes. But President Tinubu himself knows that he's not a viable presidential candidate. He knows that he has failed on his mandate. He knows that he doesn't even have manpower to use. Look at what has happened to him. You have a serious problem with the economy. You had Wale Edun, who used to be right once a month. You threw him away and brought an unlettered tax collector to come and manage economy that has multipliers. So you are saying that you were traveling by Keke Napep. It was too slow. So what's the solution? Is to now get a snail to ride at the back of a snail. So Wale Edun at least was a very slow speed fellow facing the right direction. This one is a combobulated person who has no single thought on the economy. Wow. So who believes, who should have sent to Inland Revenue or National Revenue Service to collect his money and count it and hand over to him? So what I'm bringing out is that I'm happy for the gentleman that he got a job, but it is President Tinubu who has shown to you that instead of getting better, he has run out of ideas and he has run out of people. Because if you have not run out of people, in this critical area of the economy, you will have enough people. Yes. So this is his own idea now of Awolowo. When Gawan went and chose Awolowo as Minister of Finance. Yes, his own version of it. And I've been waiting. This is the person who will help you tackle the Bretton Woods institutions. This is the person who will grow your industry for you. And where is the conversation? And do you see them? Do you see? All over the world, we have the 10 and 11 pairing. We had it in Nigeria before. The Prime Minister, Minister of Finance. We have it in the US, the Treasury Secretary and the President. Have you seen them? There's no pairing. They have never sat together to discuss the economy. So they just announced the gentleman's name. He's sitting there, they are shuffling files. So what I'm letting you know is that President Tinubu is not on the ballot.
Even if his name is there?
He's not on the ballot. Wow. He's just hoping that the election will not work and that some abracadabra will work. But if it is one man, one vote, woman vote, man vote, you remember that means play.
Yes.
Man talk, woman talk. If it's man vote, woman vote, bye-bye Tinubu.